As the confusion mounts with regard to the coronavirus, no one knows when we're going back to work. No one knows if we're allowed to go out under threat of police fine or imprisonment. Frankly, no one knows anything. The country's in complete disarray. And let's call a spade a spade. You can call up any network. You can look at any report. No one knows. Now, here's the problem for the president, is that the person that's in power is the person who gets blamed. It's easy for people on the outside to criticize. And when people's lives are threatened, and there's even reports, exploitive reports this morning on Fox, because they're still trying to boost ratings, although they came out with this phony statement yesterday that their executives are cutting their salary by half. Well, I'll tell you something, they're going to double their salary or triple their salary when this thing's over, believe me. But all those executives at Fox News are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So this was in reaction to my criticism that Fox and the other cables are profiteering, making money hand over fist on this virus, but they're still continuing to whip up panic and fear. This morning, there's a report that young people will get heart attacks and strokes from the coronavirus. So now everybody should be in a panic, not just old people, but everybody. And of course, these things are unsubstantiated, but at the same time, Fox News continues to diss the concept, which is well established, that the virus escaped from a laboratory in Wuhan, China, that just happens to be the only bioweapons laboratory in China, that it's been manipulated, that it mutates, and that it's been injected with HIV. Okay, I've talked to a number of medical experts because we're gathering them for our lawsuits. It needs to be examined. You can go to freedomwatchusa.org and sign up as a putative plaintiff. We're already close to 2,000 plaintiffs. We have a lawsuit in Tel Aviv, Israel. I'm working on lawsuits around the world. We have our criminal case in The Hague, Holland, to have the leadership, including President Xi, with that little nice panda smile of his, thrown in prison. That's where he belongs. He's a killer, and so are the rest. The Chinese people, as I've said, are good people, and about 30% of the people that have signed up for our case are Chinese Americans and Asian Americans and Chinese from other countries. I'm being contacted by experts, dissidents, who have been threatened, imprisoned for 14 years, and families of those who have been killed. So this is not about the Chinese people. But the bottom line is this. Couple the panic and fear, the profiteering by Fox News and the other cables, with the fact that the president is going to wind up being blamed because there is confusion and it's not going particularly well. I don't believe this is as serious as it's been made out to be, but the president goes back and forth every single day, every other day, every triple day, and no one knows what the story is. Plus, the bailout, as bad as it is to socialize this country, even that's not working. The money's not there. So there's an appearance of socialization and communization, but the money's not even being provided to the people. So it's a bad situation. Now, I want you to look at that in context with the fact that the Attorney General of the United States is not being ordered by the President of the United States to support our lawsuits. All he says is, I might say something if someone files a case. This guy's worthless, Bill Barr, worthless. Freedom Watch is your Justice Department, not these people. This is my alma mater. I'm disgusted and appalled at what's going on. It gets worse and worse. It's one thing not to indict Comey. It's another thing not to indict McCabe, the Lovebirds, the Clintons, the Obamas. But now we're not doing anything. We just might intervene. Now, here's the kicker. Joe Biden wants Michelle Obama as president, as vice president. Former President Obama has endorsed Biden belatedly. You going to put two and two together? Michelle Obama is likely to be the vice presidential nominee of the Democratic Party. Now, I don't care for her. I think she's a fraud. I think she's very anti-white. She's a racist, to be blunt. But the fact is, she could push him over the top in a close election. She could push Biden over the top. And what happens when Biden dies in office, which will probably happen? The guy's in bad health. We wind up with Michelle Obama, who would even be worse than Barack Obama. Michelle Obama's a hater. Barack Obama, I think, was influenced by her to a large extent. I'm not letting him off the hook. But the two of them are racist. I mean, you want to use the term? That's what it is. They're anti-white. They're anti-Semitic. And that's what we'd wind up with. Anti-Christian as well. And this is another thing about Fox. You could never say that Obama was half Muslim to explain his actions. Okay, that's not racist. They're racist. We're not racist. So put all this together, and we're not in a good situation right now. And that's why the president needs to do something affirmative. He needs to start talking clearly. He should not be pardoning Roger Stone. Note that Roger Stone is an albatross around his neck. He committed obstruction of justice, perjury. He committed witness tampering. And note that he's not even asking for a new trial. He wants a pardon because he knows that if he went back to trial, he'd be convicted even faster than the first time. He presented no witnesses, no real evidence, nothing, nada. Didn't ask for a change of venue from D.C. where he claims he was discriminated against. Didn't do a proper voir dire of the jurors. Did nothing. Where did all the money that he collected, millions of dollars, go if it wasn't going to a competent defense? So if the president winds up pardoning Stone, this is going to also shift independent voters. Stone is hated by independents in the left, okay? And frankly, for good reason, because the guy's not honest. And this is the way the president is taking himself down. So here's my prescription for today. Number one, talk clearly about the coronavirus. Take control. Get people back to work. Get people out of their homes now. Two, get your attorney general to support Freedom Watch in its cases against Governor Gavin Newsom for Ben Stein to take off this draconian order, which is like a lockup in your own house. So like a soft police state, as Ben says. Back our class action in Dallas, Texas. Join our class action. I don't need them, but it'd be good if he did that. Okay, it'd be good for him politically. And file a criminal complaint at The Hague. Make an exception to the fact that we're not a member of the criminal court. You can still do it, or have your Justice Department do it better than that. And do not pardon Stone. If he thinks he's innocent, let him try to get a new trial. He can take it up on appeal. Now, if he gets a new trial, he's dead to rights anyway, but let it run its course. Don't pardon him. And this is what you need to understand, ladies and gentlemen. You need to get up off the couch, as I've said. Put the popcorn down. Put the beer and wine down. Get to work. Join Judicial Freedom, Freudian slip, because Judicial Watch doesn't do this stuff anymore. They mostly just get documents. When I founded it and ran it, it did. But join Freedom Watch. Join Freedom Watch in our class actions. Join Freedom Watch in our criminal case. And uniting the world to take the Chinese, the communist Chinese, down, put them in prison where they belong, where the sun don't shine. That's what we need to do right now. And send messages to the president to get with it, to shape up, to snap out of it, to take charge, because he's not taking charge right now, not sufficiently. You got to call a spade, and he's at risk at losing this country to Joe Biden and Michelle Obama. God forbid. That will affect all of us if he doesn't straighten it out right now. And do not pardon Roger Stone. Go to freedomwatchusa.org. Sign up for our class action. Share this podcast. You can find it on freedomwatchusa.org, on Spotify, on iTunes, on Roku, on Amazon Fire, on Facebook, on Twitter. Get it out far and wide. Make the clarion call. Be the Paul Revere. We need to save our country, and we need to save ourselves and protect our lives. God bless you. God bless your family. Stay safe. God bless me and my family and the entire world. We're all in it together now, guys. Either we sink or swim. Either we do something and get up off the couch and turn off Fox News, or you can forget it. God bless you and stay safe. Thank you for listening.